6:41, about 13 degrees, pretty shot of downtown Calgary. You're watching Breakfast Television on City. It's time for the BT Chuck Wagon Rodeo Roundup. Pool B yesterday started, so brand new bunch of cowboys and cowgirls.
Yep, day 5 the Calgary Stampede, day 1 of the 4 goes in Pool B. It's
there you go.
A little confusing to keep track of, especially during, it's hard to know what day of the week it is during Stampede, but we are on Wednesday, so today will be day 2, Pool B, and we're looking back at day 1 in Pool B, a new slate of athletes in each of the 6 major events, and we'll start with the highlights from tie-down roping, where Shane Hanchy of Louisiana was the quickest on the day. There's the nod, and he ties off here in 7 seconds flat. He gets the $5,500 check for his efforts. Former champion Matt Shizawa of Idaho finished second. No Canadians placing in the money. Al Bouchard's back for his umpteenth Stampede, and the fans will be cheering for him again today. But a really strong pool of ropers here in Pool B, just like we saw in Pool A, the best in the world here at Calgary Stampede. To the Bulldoggers, steer wrestler Matt Reeves of Cross Plains, Texas, stopping the clock here. Lightning quick 3.5-second takedown to win the day. Clay Moore, Pouce Coupe, BC, finished in the money with a 4.1-second run. He's the Canadian hope in this pool of steer wrestlers, and that 3.5 seconds, super quick.
That is fast.
Bareback next, KC Field. Household name when it comes to the sport of bareback riding. He's of Spanish Fork, Utah, and he had the top ride of the day with an 88-point ride, hanging on tight on Caddy Wagon here. Dusty LaValle, the Alberta boy, scores 86.5 on Turkish Whiskey to place third on the day. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4 after 1 rodeo. So LaValle's in the hunt with 3 rodeos to go in the bareback competition. Saddle Bronc, Wade Sundell of Idaho, goes for a real long ride here. See how low he pulls his hat so it stays on? Let's see if it does. He's got an 84.5-point score on major cover to take top spot and the big check, $5,500 to get him going. And it's nice to win that first rodeo in the pool action here. Luke Butterfield of Ponoka scored an 82 to tie for 3rd spot. Dustin Flundra, Pincher Creek, placed in the money as well with 80.5. So Canadians showing well in the Saddle Bronc. To the ladies barrel racing, the sweethearts of the rodeo, Nancy Hunter of Texas strikes first. A run here of 17:44. You want to be sub-18 generally, and that gives you a great shot to be in the money. But we see a lot of sub-18 times in the ladies barrel racing at the Calgary Stampede. Jean Winters, Sherry Servey, those are the ladies we told you to watch for yesterday. They finished 2nd and 4th respectively. So they're in the money as well. A real strong pool of racers here. This is going to come right down to the wire, I think. 3 rodeos to go. Race number 2 this afternoon. The Bull Riders really putting on a show, and they cap the rodeo with it as always. J.B. Mooney of Mooresville, North Carolina. A nice number here on a bull named Chicken Dance. High score of the day. Makes 8. There's the horn, 88.5-point score for Mooney. He's won a lot of money over the years at the Calgary Stampede. Picks up another $5,500 here. Zane Lambert of Ponoka, 85 on Moves Like Jagger to place 3rd and in the money. So, had to pick one to watch today, and I think the bull riding is going to be the event to watch in Pool B. Tanner Gerlitz bucked off his first, but he's a tough kid from Bowden, and I think the crowd will be behind him, and that's the guy I want to watch for today. Tanner Gerlitz in the bull riding event. Yes. To the Chucks we go. Wayne Knight, fastest of the night, winning heat number 5 as they race around the barrels here. Knight moved into 9th spot in the aggregate. A blistering run last night, so he's sitting just outside the top 8 and a spot in the semi-final showdown. That's what we're looking for in the Derby, is the top 8 drivers when we finish up on Friday night. Rick Fraser had the 2nd best time of the night, moving himself up to 3rd in the aggregate. Kurt Bensmiller, 4th on day 5 to take over top spot overall in the aggregate from Jason Glass. So it'll be Bensmiller, Glass sort of duking it out and trying to avoid those penalties.
You got to stay clean. You got to stay clean. Kelly Sutherland was saying that yesterday.
Should point out as well, Tim Harrelson rig was in the race, driven by Roger Moore. Harrelson, you just talked about him in the news, recovering well, and good to hear that. There's your ag leaders: Bensmiller, Glass, Fraser, and Kirk Sutherland. 1, 2, 3, 4.